Good evening. Today is Thursday, March 24th. Welcome to the Sports Podcast. Can I get some sports with that? I am your host, D-Boy. I want to introduce my panel. Let's start off with my man with the Chicago hat on, Mr. David Curry. What's happening?
Yes, sir. What's going
All
on,
right.
everybody?
All right, I got Mr. Michael Robinson.
What's happening, y'all? It's your boy. Let's get it.
All right. And then I got Mr. Tweetmaster himself, Jesus, aka Marcus.
Y'all ready for some capping today? Because it's gonna be some capping today. What's up, people?
All right, so fellas, we got another banger show for you all today. Let's start with our first topic. So it's been announced that the mayor of New York City is going to be lifting the mandate for entertainers and other celebrities in the state of New York. So, question to the panel: with the mandate being lifted, does that make Kyrie? I mean, does that make the Brooklyn Nets a threat to the Miami Heat if they were to meet in the first round? Let's start with Marcus.
All I gotta say is get them the damn trophy now. Why y'all waiting? We don't even need to play no more. Lifting the mandates. Kyrie get to play every game now. Give him the trophy. Why? Why not? They about to play Miami the first round too. Yeah, it's over. Why y'all even do that to the East like that? See, and then they got an easy path to the finals. After they beat Miami, they go beat the Bucks. They go meet 76ers in a championship game. And then they go play Phoenix in the championship in the finals. So lifting the mandate, yes, that changes a lot. The whole dynamic of everything. It's almost like they got eighth place on purpose. That's what it looks like. I'm just saying. Conspiracy theorists or not. So, they better watch out because they on a mission. If they stay healthy. Let me put that in there. If they stay healthy. But I see no issue on how, them not getting to the finals. I don't see how they would lose. That's all I got to say about that.
All right. So I think that does make them a threat to Miami. But the key thing is health. And we all know Kyrie has a problem with staying healthy. So that's definitely one thing that's going to be a major factor now that he's cleared to play both road and home games. Matter of fact, I know last I checked, Kyrie had like 43, but Brooklyn was losing. Or last I checked, before I went to bed last night, Kyrie had like 43 points and 8 assists or something like that. But Brooklyn was getting blown out though. But yeah, I mean, that definitely makes them a threat. Mike, what do you say? With the mandate being lifted, does that make Miami the most dangerous team? I mean, or does that make Brooklyn a threat to Miami?
It make them more than a threat. It make them the favorite. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Hey, as long as they healthy, I know I had Miami before, and but now the mandate lifted. Kyrie is going nuts. The man averaging about 45 since in the last the man going crazy. All right, he just had another 40-point game last night. He had 60 the outing before that when he played. So and they finna get that man at home. They finna get him a warm welcome. Crowd's gonna be going crazy. That's gonna be that 6 man. He gonna be fired up for that. I don't see really nobody stopping them now at the East. I wish the Bulls could make a run at it, but they looking real bad towards the end of the season. So in Miami, we just saw their little dispute on the sidelines in their last game. So, we don't know how that's gonna factor in going forward, or if that's gonna factor in going forward.
Oh, we definitely gonna touch on that. Definitely.
So I like Brooklyn going in now, man. They biggest thing is health. Health gonna beat them. And then if Simmons come back, that's just icing on the cake. So
They don't even need Simmons. That's the they don't even need him.
They
Be there
don't.
for
That's why I said
decoration.
that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah, I mean,
game.
yeah, I mean, right now, Mike, you are 100% correct. 100% correct. And now I can slide up that Brooklyn won that trade, or Philly won that trade, actually. But yeah, you are correct. Kyrie is going nuts. I remember just a couple of weeks ago, he had like 60 in the game. I forgot who they played, but I know he had 60. David, what is your take on this, sir?
His last game before last night is the 60-point game. That was against Orlando.
Okay. All right, Orlando. Yeah, that's who he played.
Then he dropped 43 last night. So I'm happy to hear that the New York's mayor finally got his head out his ass and went ahead and lifted that mandate because everybody knows it was stupid. Everybody know. I ain't got to do no PSA on that one. It's been enough of that being going around. So happy to see that deal get lifted. Happy to see Kyrie play. But I don't think the question is, are they the biggest threat to Miami? Because Miami's not even the biggest threat to come out the East, in my opinion. I don't consider Miami the biggest threat. So I don't consider Miami the favorites. I'm still sticking with my guns, who I said earlier in the previous shows. Milwaukee is still, in my opinion, the favorites to come out the East over Miami. So I think Brooklyn definitely will be able to contend now, especially with Kyrie coming back. And health is a big issue when it comes to that team because they did lose after KD and Kyrie both had great outings, but they lost by 12 points. And so definitely health plays a factor because them two alone ain't going to get it done. They can, but they're going to need the supporting cast. They're going to need the Seth Currys. They're going to need the Patty Mills. Those are big factors. Of course, they're going to need Ben Simmons too. So, yeah, it's going to be tough. We don't know how good they're going to be without that supporting cast. So when Kyrie goes out, who's going to take over the scoring if Steph ain't playing? If KD goes out, who?
Oh, you said KD is not in too?
If Kyrie goes out, you got Durant and who else?
Who else you need?
Seth Curry.
You're going to need Seth Curry.
If Jordan goes out, who you got? I mean,
don't forget about Andre Drummond.
Yeah, Andre Drummond. Yeah, true that. But without that supporting cast, they ain't gonna have enough firepower to beat. So I don't think they're gonna be able to beat Milwaukee. So I don't think maybe can they get past Miami with this scuffle going on? We don't know. So that's gonna be yet to be determined. So right now, I still got Milwaukee being a favorite. I'm not gonna give Brooklyn the edge right now because health is gonna play a big part. So they can definitely get to the conference finals. But them getting to the finals is going to be tough because Milwaukee and Miami standing in their way. So that's my take.
And that's why you're wearing the hat, because you are capping. Real hard.
All right. Yeah, David, I'm sorry, bro. Now that the mandate is lifted, if they stay healthy, it's no way in hell Milwaukee beats Brooklyn.
How?
Not a chance.
Did you just say enough? First, you said not enough firepower. Like,
not a chance, bro. Because
Kyrie and
Durant can do it 3 times better. And plus, and this is where Brooklyn has the advantage between those two. What's the one thing Giannis struggles doing?
Shooting.
My point exactly.
Who gonna stop him?
My point exactly.
Giannis go get his points.
Giannis gonna get his points. This
But
is how
he is more in need of his supporting cast than Brooklyn is with their supporting cast.
Exactly. But
That's
this
fact.
is how you beat Milwaukee.
That part right there is facts for sure.
This is how
because
you
you already saw what happened when Middleton don't show up.
Exactly. But this is how you beat Milwaukee. You let Giannis get his, but everybody else you frustrate the hell out of.
Just like you do LeBron.
Yep.
That's true.
Oh, and another way how you beat the so-called champs, you keep pick and rolling them to death.
You know.
That's it.
He got to roll with Brooklyn because his brother, not Brooklyn, Milwaukee fan. So he got to roll with Milwaukee.
Not at all.
Question. Okay, Marcus, you are 100% correct.
I know I am.
But whatever. But here's what I don't understand. And I'm not trying to make this a bull sentiment, but I gotta throw this in here. Why on earth didn't Billy Donovan
Here we go.
use the pick and roll? You started out using the pick and roll with Vucevic. You was frying him. You take Boots out too early, sit him 10 minutes too long, and then
Natty up at 20.
20. What are you
Natty
doing?
up at 20. I can't answer that question because there is no answer to that. Other than
But yeah, everybody just thinks he's this amazing coach.
Used to be. Used to be. That's
Okay.
like remember when Tom Thibodeau was the coach, and everybody was like, "Why don't you take your players out? Rest, you're running them to death." And he
Now
still
we have
that.
a player. Now we have a coach that takes him out too early and sits him too long.
Exactly. We can't get right.
Can't get right. All right. Well, it's gonna be.
Oh yeah, I wanted to add one more thing. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yes, sir.
But I remember back in earlier segments, it was a lot of Miami Heat bandwagoners that was like, "Oh, Miami #1," and nobody go beat them. I don't see nobody beat them. All of a sudden, nobody want to go for Miami no more. What's up with that?
They was never my favorites.
Okay, and speaking of Miami,
New York had their mandate. Kyrie wasn't playing at home. Those easy pickings for Miami. Then.
All right, we're gonna.
I thought it was either with or without the mandate, but then I rest my case.
We're gonna move on to the next topic. Miami. So during Miami's loss to the Golden State Warriors without Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Andre Iguodala, Jordan Poole had 30 points and 9 assists. But the main event of the evening was Jimmy Butler on the sidelines getting into it with Spoelstra and Udonis Haslem. What are your thoughts on Jimmy Butler? And what do you think Pat Riley should do as far as reprimand is concerned? Let's start with Mike.
I'm gonna be that guy. He's a head case, man. You had it in Philly. You got it now. You got to get that dude out of there, man. Nah, I'm just playing. I ain't gonna be that guy for real though. But for real though, honestly, I think the loss was just getting to them, man. And when you losing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all get the, people think they got the answer. And the coach think he got the answer. Jimmy the star, he think he got the answer. Hasn't been there since 78, so he think he got the answer. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's gonna be a little tension when y'all getting blown out like that, and three strong heads think they got the answer. So and from what I was understanding, they was talking a little fighting words. You know what I'm saying? I heard they were talking fighting words. So that just adds to a little more. I think they was just frustrated with that loss, honestly. So going forward, I think they gonna nip that in the bud, man. Spoelstra don't play that. Honestly, he been here before. You know what I'm saying? You done seen LeBron getting into it and arguing with people on the sideline, stuff like that. It don't matter, man. When it's game time and stuff, Spoelstra one of them guys. He gonna figure it out. Playoff time, they ain't them arguments. I don't think they gonna come into play. They not gonna matter too much. They might have a little dispute here and there, but they gonna figure it out. I think their main dispute gonna come when they go up against this new Brooklyn team though with this mandate, because Brooklyn gonna give them some work. You know what I'm saying? But Miami still got their shot. Don't get me wrong. I had Miami taking it. You know what I'm saying? With the mandate in place, so I think they still got a shot regardless. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little slimmer now.
I'm gonna say this, and I agree with everything you said, Mike. But I'm gonna say this. The team president is Pat Riley. Whatever issue Jimmy has with Ed Spoelstra, he better fry it, bake it, grill it, and eat it. Because if he doesn't, Pat Riley has no problem saying bye-bye.
Oh yeah, Pat don't play that for sure.
Pat don't play that. Pat's old school. He's not gonna tolerate the stuff that the GM and team president in Philly, Milwaukee. He's not gonna tolerate that. He's gonna tell Jimmy Butler, bye. Get out. Your services are no longer required.
I don't think so.
All right, let's move on to Marcus. Since Marcus said he don't think so, what is your opinion? What are your thoughts, sir?
Did we forget who Pat Riley was? Pat Riley was probably in the booth just smiling and loving it. Like, yes, I love this enthusiasm, this heart. Yes, getting your coach ass, getting your your teammates ass. Hey, we in first place. We need to keep it. Hey, we getting blown out. Coach, I need you to coach. And, and I'm full Haslam defending his coach. Yeah, this is my man's. I've been with 100 grand. We've been down this road. We got championships together. This new guy, he just coming in. Jimmy, you don't live here. You just flew in. Like you said, D-boy, we live here. So Pat Riley
just flew there. They grew there. He just flew there.
As a player, as a coach, Pat Riley was about that smoke. And that's how he was loving it. So I think Pat Riley probably took Jimmy, brought him into the office like, hey, publicly, I don't like that shit. But in my heart, in these eyes, I love it. Keep doing your thing. Jimmy, this is why I brought you here. Plain and simple. Y'all acting like he softened up or something.
Hey, I feel
this
you on
Pat
that.
Riley.
I feel you on that.
I mean, look at Kobe Bryant. How many times have he called his teammates soft as tissue and bitches and hoes? And how many times Jordan punched somebody in practice? Come on now. Charles Oakley? I mean, come on. Yeah, y'all capping if y'all don't think my man's Pat didn't love it. That's all. Just a little truth.
Like Mike said, I see your point, but don't think Pat Riley not gonna chew him out for doing that on national TV. Yeah, no, Pat definitely gonna give him some words.
He gave him ratings.
He definitely Pat gonna give him some words now. Pat definitely gonna tell him some. He gonna have a few colorful words for him. David, what's your take on this, sir?
Yeah, I totally agree. He gonna give him some words. Because that was one thing you don't do. You don't argue with the coach, especially if that's his guy. And Pat Riley's been there for so long. Aaron Spoelstra has enough clout now to not be the guy that you try. Especially like everybody y'all keeps mentioning, he just got there. What's the phrase on training day? You just got here. You just got here. You just got here. So, Jimmy, pump the brakes, sir. I know you're a Rough Rider. We know you. We know you got that. You got that Rough Rider mentality. We didn't see it in Chicago. We didn't see it in Minnesota. We didn't see it in Philly. So I mean, we know. But Pat Riley, I mean, Aaron Spoelstra and Udonis Haslem, nah, don't do that, bro. So I don't even think Pat Riley even entertained there. I don't think that's something he will love, honestly, because I'm with the mindset of what you mentioned earlier, D-Boy, about being from the old school. Old school, they don't play that. You can argue with the teammates in the heat of the moment or whatever, but nah, with the coaches, nah, you got to chill on that one. So I don't think he was entertaining that. Honestly, I think he hated it, and I do think he gonna give Jimmy some words behind closed doors, like, "Hey, watch yourself, young fella. That's not how we run here. That's not how we roll here, sir." So, with that being said, I think it will be some motivation for them to, get this right the wrong, right this ship, because they are in number one right now, and they definitely want to keep it that way. So they will have home court advantage throughout the postseason. So I definitely think that they go get it together, and they'll be all right. But like in earlier segment, Milwaukee's still my favorite. So even with this happening, I don't see them still even coming out the East.
I wonder what Allen Iverson got to say about this. Because I remember him not talking, yelling, arguing with the coach.
Larry Brown?
Yeah. They had a bunch of heated debates.
No, not Allen Iverson. You need to be talking about Latrell Sprewell.
We ain't choking nobody, man.
Choking. He put fingerprints in that man's neck. Choked him. And I was just 10 years old when that happened, but I remember that. Oh, yeah.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all want to look that up, by all means, look that up. Or to better sum it up for y'all, I'm pretty sure everybody watches this show. This preview had Homer always choke Bart. That's how the trail spree went.
No. After that happened, PJ Carlissimo should have said, and at that point, I took it personal. All right. So I'm gonna say this in closing, as far as Jimmy Butler is concerned. Jimmy is a passionate player, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes that passion can be a cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Miami has all the talent on paper to compete with the Phillies and the Brooklyns and the Milwaukees. But now that Kyrie is back, I think this is going to be a problem. Because from what I heard, I was on Twitter last night, and from what I heard, they said that Udonis Haslem had to be restrained after the game. They said Udonis was not happy with Jimmy. Like, they say Udonis still wanted to put hands on Jimmy.
Wow. It's like he almost said that his wife tastes like Cheerios.
This is a sports show.
My bad, Mello.
I'm about to say, man, that's that Kevin Garnett.
And that's why I laugh. But you know what? Since Marcus want to be funny, we're going to move on to the last NBA segment of the show. Let's talk about a young man named Ja Morant.
Oh, this guy.
And his Memphis Grizzlies. So, Sports World, as you may know, Ja Morant has been a man on a mission. He scored 52, 56, and 46 points in one season. Question: does the Memphis Grizzlies have a chance to make it to the NBA Finals? Let's start with the number one Ja Morant hater himself. Jesus.
I got
Come in front of the
chance.
congregation, sir. Come in front of the congregation.
I got a better chance of getting a signing bonus with the Chicago Bears for $250 million than Ja Morant to even make it to the conference finals.
David, give him
he
a
is
look,
just
David.
an all-star. That's all. He is just an all-star. He is not a superstar. Okay. I take that back. He's a superstar, but he's not a game changer, as in, the greats. He's not going to be one of the greats. He's just going to be just an all-star, just like Steve Francis, just like Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady's Hall of Famer.
Huh?
Tracy McGrady's Hall of Fame.
But he's not top 75. But I'm gonna keep on moving, as I was stating. No, they'll win their first round, of course, because they go play either the Clip. Yeah, they go play the Clippers. That's an easy win. No, I'm sorry, they go play the Timberwolves because they're not gonna get first place.
That's so not an easy win.
Huh?
I said if they play the Timberwolves, that's not an easy win.
That's an easy win for them. Because Memphis, other than the Suns, as a complete team playing together, actually the Grizzlies and the Warriors are the next in line, as in the best teams that play together as a team, where you don't need a superstar to score a constant 30 points a game because everybody's going to contribute. Now, other than that, they're going to lose. And I'm going to put it out there. They're going to lose to the Warriors. But Ja Morant's not that guy. He's not. And he's going to prove it. Yeah, his jump shot got a little better.
Whoa.
But he's not that guy. He's just an all-star.
What?
So he still said. So Marcus says he's all right, but he's not
real.
Mike, please try to talk some sense into this man.
For example, he might be another Eddie Jones. I'm just saying. Just throwing it out.
Whoa, okay, we got to.
Where did that guy disappear to? He was the best thing going in the early 2000s. Where he at now? That's how Ja Morant's gonna be. Oh, remember that guy, Ja? How Neil say it? Yeah, he gonna be that. He gonna be that guy that you got to snap your fingers to. Like, I'm trying to remember who that was. He used to play for the Memphis. And that's how Ja Morant's gonna be in the next 6 years.
Y'all see it. Marcus is out here capping. I put this on just for him today because I knew what it was. Like, the man lost it. Bruh.
I'm scared what y'all. I say what y'all afraid to say.
You say what no one wants to say. Because why would anybody say that? Why would anybody say that? Memphis about to be I believe they number 2 in the West now. Mm-hmm. And they are rolling. They rolling. I mean, I'm not a Memphis fan by no means, but I like Ja. And he balling out there, man. That man, the truth.
They won another game without him.
I guess you want accolades, you know what I'm saying, out of him, for you to be sold, you know what I'm saying.
My thing is, when the next top players come out, what's going to be the top 100 then? Is he going to make that list? No.
Absolutely.
Is he going to make the next best 125 players? No.
If he keep on his pace, definitely.
Let me ask you this.
If he makes it, we go pull this video, and then I'm gonna put on that show on that day. My apology. I'm gonna write a 4-page letter like Aaliyah, and I'm just gonna apologize.
Who did Memphis beat last night without Ja Morant?
A regular season game.
By
Y'all
12
be basing
points.
these regular season games for playoff games. oh, Charles Barkley beat Michael Jordan in the, all 3 games in the regular season. Ain't no way they gonna beat him. Please stop it. You're
Man, let
embarrassing
Mikey get
yourself.
back to his point. Let Mikey get back to his point, man. Fearless
He
greatness.
has no valid point.
I have no valid point other than they out here are legit. I don't know what more you want out there, man. Like D-Boy said, he done gave you 50-point games, 40-point games. I mean, he doing more than he doing more than the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Let's just call it what it is. That man balling.
Did that
He
to
wouldn't be
him.
saying that if he was on the Bulls. I bet
Did
you'd be the
that
first
to
one
him.
line with that Morant jersey. So the man out there putting in
Did
that
that
work.
to them. Not to cut you off, Mike, but I was at that game. Did that to him. The whole team.
Yes.
Boo-booed on them. The whole team.
I'm
Donovan
telling
had a lot to do with that, but boo-booed on them.
Like I said,
Boo-booed
Eddie Jones
46.
did the same thing. Steve Franchise did the same thing.
Gave him a 30-piece with no mild sauce, nothing but hot sauce.
So they say it's the eye test, though. The Steve Francis and Eddie Jones ain't doing that in the eye test. Nor is they doing that in the numbers game. They not putting up nowhere near no Ja Morant numbers. So don't compare them. Don't compare them B-list players to this.
Wow,
A-list.
now they're meaningless. Okay.
I didn't say meaningless. I said B-list.
Oh, B-list. Okay.
B-list players to an A-list superstar. You know what I'm saying? The man out here putting in his work. And honestly, if he come through and make some noise in this playoffs, I wonder what you're gonna say. It's crazy because really, I think you just have grown like a strong liking to this humble sauce for all the humble sauce that you had to drink. Maybe you just grown a liking to it, so you just you put yourself in positions to where you got to get you some more of that. But with Ja Morant, man, just know that humble sauce is coming. I'm gonna have that bottle waiting on you for sure.
All right, that's all right. I'm gonna give me a Ja Morant jersey, and on the front it's gonna say "Not that guy."
All right. So, David, what's your take on this, sir?
All right. Like Mikey said, I got to piggyback off everything because I got more. What they say, but wait, there's more. So you finna, man. Not only is he finna get the humble sauce, he finna be the first graduate from the school of humbleness. You gonna be the first graduate because it's coming for you right now. Ja Morant is 22 years of age, and this man is on a wrecking time. He's a ticking time bomb that's going that's wreaking havoc in this league right now. At 22 years of age in his second year. Guess who was supposed to have that? Where's that man Zion? Where's that man?
Eating donuts.
Where's that man Zion?
No, he doing through the legs YouTube videos.
I forgot. Exactly. Yeah, YouTube video dunks.
Exactly. Now that's even the debate right now. Well, Ja Morant really should have been number 1 overall pick. Could you imagine Ja Morant was number 1 overall pick and still doing this? He would have lived up to his hype of being the number 1 overall pick. He has Memphis number 2 in the West. Number 2. You got Golden State in that conference. Of course, Phoenix is number 1. I mean, imagine if these teams was healthy. The Lakers, the Clippers, and he got that team number 2. Come on, man. And the man is averaging 27, right? He's averaging 27 point game. 27 points a game, 6 assists. And I mean, what more can you ask of the man? Because it's already being debated right now. You want to mention he's not that guy, or he's like Eddie Jones or Steve Francis. So there's already been debates already right now. It's either next Allen Iverson.
Number 1 picks are not always the best.
I ain't say that. But
even Kobe got picked number 13. But yeah,
I'm not saying that at all. But you clearly see he would have been living up to his hype if he was the number 1 overall pick. Because what he's doing, and all his whole trajectory can do nothing but go up. unless God forbid there's an injury, but his trajectory is going to do nothing but go up. And like I said, he's already being compared to Allen Iverson already. Allen Iverson himself already tweeted the MVP on his Twitter with the MVP trophy with his jersey. Come on, man.
Facts.
Come on, man.
That was right after he
somebody
gave
hacked his account.
Somebody hacked
man.
man.
So, that was from the GOAT himself.
And matter of fact, remember, I want our viewers to tune in and remember what Marcus said at the beginning of the show. He said it's going to be a lot of capping here tonight. And he proving it because that's exactly what he been doing this whole segment. Talking all that capping.
So use my words against you.
Exactly, because you're the one who said it, Mr. Kappa himself. So you already know, man, you're going to have to get that humble sauce. And matter of fact, we'll do you one better. When John, we're going to have you get a John Moran jersey. Once you get the John Moran jersey, you should put on there instead of he's not that guy. I've been humbled. That's what you need to put on there.
My question to the panel: is he gonna get a ring? I hear crickets.
I don't know yet. That's to be determined.
The crickets laugh.
That's to be determined.
That's to be determined.
That's to be determined.
If you can't say it with your chest, then he ain't that great.
No, that's a lie. That is a lie.
That's like when LeBron was coming up. It was scary because people were like, I feel LeBron ring coming. I don't feel that way.
But you felt Carmelo ring coming too. And where he at?
Mm-hmm.
Melo screwed himself out of that though.
He what?
He chased the money, just like we're gonna talk about the other guy later on in the segment. But chasing that money.
No, Carmelo listened to Lala. And that's why he's ringless right now.
Carmelo wasted all his
Carmelo would have came to the Bulls when we had Paul Gasol, Joakim Noah, and Derrick Rose. Oh, yeah.
Carmelo wasted all his best years in New York.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because when he was a free agent in 2014, he was still in his prime. And he even said himself, he said, at first, I would have had one foot out the door. I was going to Chicago.
Yep.
And that would have been
in that interview with Stephen A.
Don't get me wrong, Lala fine, but I ain't letting nobody talk me out of a ring now. You play for rings.
Boy, stop it!
He put a ring on that, so he actually paid. He played for the wrong ring.
Let Lala get you out that ring. Stop playing, boy.
Hey.
Happy wife, happy life.
And that man got a whole baby with that man. That's that man. Why? Stop playing, boy. You would definitely let her get you out that ring.
Real quick, D-Boy, what year was that?
2014.
You want to know what Carmelo averaged 20 in 2014? 24 points a game, and that was prime Melo. Guess who averaging more than prime Melo right now? His second year in the league.
John Moran.
How much was Melo averaging? How much was Melo averaging in his second year? In his second year, right? Do those numbers.
20.8. 20.8. John Moran is averaging 27. Thank you very much, sir. You definitely have just opened the door to accepted your invitation to the School of Humbleness.
And guess where?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You've been humble.
Did Melo not take him to the playoffs as well?
Yeah.
Marcus, you lost, bro. Stop. I'm gonna stop. We moving on to the next topic.
You've been humbled.
You've been humbled, sir.
You lost. It's over. So on to the NFL portion of the show. So yesterday we had some big shocking trade go down. The Miami Dolphins have acquired multiple-time Pro Bowler Tyreek Hill in exchange for draft picks and I believe cash compensation. Question. Does this trade make the Dolphins a serious threat in the AFC. Let's start with Mr. Mike Robinson.
You know, fellas, it's another sad day. It definitely is. Because today, Cheetah has been put to rest. I'm just go ahead and say it now. The Cheetah has been put to rest. Hey man, look, that man just solidified his career being over. And what I mean by that, he might still put up some numbers or whatever. He might play for some more years. But his career is over. He going there to retire and sit in the sunset. I mean, he going to Miami and to vibe out on the beach and finish out his career. He got paid, he got his bread, congratulations, it's well deserved. He already has one Super Bowl, and now he's going to retire. He might not retire for the next 5 years or so, but it's coming. That's what he went to Miami for. So, Cheetah has definitely been put to rest. I don't see Miami making no much more noise than they did the year before. Maybe a 500 team. They might win 9 games. I get them 9 games at best, you know. But because honestly, I'm not sold on Tua. I don't believe in Tua. There was, I don't know if y'all seen it. There was I had posted on Twitter that it said Tua throwing Tyreek Hill the ball. It was a heck of a throw to say the least. And I thought that was quite accurate. So y'all go check out my Twitter and see that. But yeah, that I don't trust Tua. So I don't see Miami making no noise. Honestly, I think his options was Miami or the Jets. And either way, he was going to either team to retire out his career. That's what everybody do when they go to the Jets anyway. So this Miami team is essentially the same thing. So RIP to the Cheetah. It's sad that Chiefs team is not going to look the same going forward. I don't know what to expect out of them coming into the season, but they still got Mahomes and they still got Kelsey, so they'll still be good. Is the question, I guess, now is just how good, you know, they're without that Cheetah. So, but I heard they looking at Valdez Scanlon as a replacement, so we'll see if he step it up in his hands game because his speed definitely there. I give him that.
They got Juju.
Yeah.
You got a lot to prove though. Juju got a lot to prove, and with Tyreek Hill being gone, Juju got even more to prove because that focus was. So now, I don't know how Juju gonna do now, but we'll see.
All he gonna do is Juju on that beat. That's all he gonna do.
Right. Hey, you wrong. you wrong. Hey, no, everything you said, Mike, is facts. Now, one of our previous shows, I told Marcus that I had the Chiefs and Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. But now that Tyreek Hill gone, I think I might want to reconsider that. And I'm still gonna go with the Buccaneers, but I'm gonna go with
over Matthew Stafford.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go. You did brought up against this boy. Here we go,
Mike.
And they about to get Bobby Wagner too.
Wait, hold on.
Looking at that too.
Mike, and it was at that moment Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl that Tom Brady took it personal.
Hey man, I can't wait. Where's your jersey? I need to see your jersey.
I got you. I ain't forget. I have not forgot, sir. A deal is a deal. I got some stuff going on, but I got you. All right, so I got the Bills and Buccaneers now in the Super Bowl. All jokes aside. But everything you said, Mike, is correct. The Chiefs aren't going to be good, but the question is how good. But the one thing I really wonder about with the Chiefs, if they lose Tyrann Mathieu, that's going to be a problem. because he basically is the quarterback of that defense. Normally it's the linebacker that's the quarterback, but Tyrann Mathieu was the heart and soul of that defense. If he leaves in free agency, that's going to be a problem. So, Marcus, what's your take on this, sir?
I had to check my TV and my PlayStation to make sure I wasn't playing Madden the way all these transactions are happening. So I'm gonna put that out there because all these moves look like Madden moves to me. Second of all,
like the whole fantasy draft.
Exactly, the whole fantasy draft. Second off, the Dolphins. You ever seen $1 million? You ever played Monopoly?
Yeah.
You know, you got $1 million, you happy, but it's paper money. It's Monopoly money. And that's what they look like. You got all these big names with a trash-ass quarterback.
Hey, preach.
Who gonna throw you the ball, Tyreek? Huh? He ain't gonna throw it to you.
Nobody.
You better check that man. Hey, you better wear glasses when he playing quarterback because he tends to be colorblind going into the wrong goal. And you already know Gesicki and Waddle's his man. So you think they're gonna share the ball with you because now you're on the team? I'm glad you got paid, brother. Hey, by all means, you got paid. And you got your ring. So I understand your move. And with you having deep conversations with the Jets, I already know, yep, it's about the money. And you deserve it. You really do deserve it. But don't expect to, not just you're not going to produce like you used to. Fantasy, when fantasy comes around, that messed everything up.
R.I.P. Cheetah.
R.I.P. Cheetah. Somebody get Steve Irwin. So with the Chiefs, gosh, I love my mans. But I don't see the Chiefs. They dropped to the bottom of the division now. They dropped to the bottom of that division. So now you got Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, and then the Chiefs. But I don't see Dolphins doing anything. I just see them as not even a playoff team.
Hey, man, the Raiders just beat the Chargers last year. Until the Chargers show me something different, I'm taking them over the Chargers.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean,
Justin Herbert.
It was the coach. He called that timeout. He blew that.
I know. I'm never betting against Justin Herbert.
Hey, that man is a beast.
Hey,
that's a monster.
I like Justin Herbert, dog. I like Justin
Herbert.
But I can't ignore what the Raiders doing.
Me either.
Hey,
but like I said, the Dolphins ain't nothing. So all it was is just a big money move. Congratulations, Tyreek Hill. I still love you as a player, but they're not doing nothing.
He got his retirement money.
Exactly.
Brandon Staley is Billy Donovan. And David, what is your take, sir?
Yeah,
I guess can't stop going on that guy. He's just my favorite victim now.
We know.
Right.
We definitely know. I guess all I could do is add on to the beautiful eulogy Mikey made. Because I guess it might as well be one. Marcus, you definitely added a whole nother page to it. But I will say this though, is one thing I will disagree with. Honestly, one thing you said is that when it comes to Gesicki, when it comes to Waddle, I believe Tyreek Hill is going to be the number one option because he's Tyreek Hill. Waddle, he's good, but he ain't Tyreek Hill. Gesicki is good, but he's not Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. So he going to cover that, easily become their number one option. because that's what they paid him for, the talent. They ain't paying for the name of cheetah. They paid him because he can run like a damn cheetah and he can catch the ball. So that's what they brought him off for. So that's the only thing I would disagree with. Because he's easily their number one option. But he's going to shut it. But to your point, that all he can do is upgrade Gesicki and Waddle because they're going to get more targets. This opens up for them to get more targets. But we all know what the common denominator is. Tua Tagovailoa is the quarterback. And I totally agree with both of y'all where y'all stand. Tua Tagovailoa. We haven't seen, don't get me wrong, he had a solid season. The way Brian Flores got that team to play at the end of the season. But how far did they go?
Not far.
Not far at all.
And what they make the playoffs.
And you just summed it up my point, sir. That's exactly what's going to happen this year. Yeah, you got Tyreek Hill. You ain't making the playoffs. I'm looking at you guys.
They didn't make the playoffs because technically they were throwing some of the games.
Yeah, that's true. But
they didn't make the playoffs because of two.
But we know that's for a discussion for a different day or whatever. But like we said, 8-9 games minimum that we got for them. He's not upgrading them to win any more than what they already accustomed to winning. It's getting as far as they're accustomed to going. So Buffalo is in that division.
I'd rather have Jalen Hurts.
Wow. Really?
New England's still in that division. And I expect a solid year from Mac Jones because he still got Bill Belichick. Yep. So that's all that really matters there. And Kansas City. I hate to say this. You guys, of course, our viewers, you guys will eventually meet my brother eventually. Is it safe to say that we might have to, create that name, number 15?
Number 15. I knew it was
number 15.
Number 15?
No, you gotta go be in that, David. He say number 15.
Number 15.
He's still gonna be Patrick Mahomes, boy. His receivers just need to put some glue on their hands because I got to see the drop of the ball.
I got a better one for you then, Marcus.
Ain't gonna be no more of this though.
Yeah, no more deuces.
That's true. You know what I say to what you just said, Marcus? He gonna be Patrick Mahomes, boy, but outside of catching, his receivers gonna make him look like number 15.
You're right. You absolutely. I agree with you on that one.
I don't know, man. Hardman might step up.
He may be. I hope so, but losing Tyreek Hill definitely puts Kansas City out of being a team that's feared, being a team that you don't want to go up to go. You got to go against Kansas City. Kansas City standing your way. Kansas City. Nah, it ain't to say no more now. So
no more three-headed monster.
No more three-headed monster. So
you did my boy just like Tay did Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. So with that being said, as far as the answer to the question, Dolphins ain't going nowhere. Kansas City definitely taking a step backwards.
Okay. Now with the panel mentioning Tua, that made me think of a question that I want to ask. And everybody can answer at one time or they can answer separately. Was Nick Saban making Tua look good? Because everybody knows he had a standout career at Alabama. So was that really Tua, or was that the Nick Saban system?
Of course, it's the system.
Efficiencies. You know what I'll say to that? It could be a multitude of things. It could be the Nick Saban system, but remember, what competition are they really going up against? It's until the bowl games.
I mean, the
There's
SEC West is tough. The SEC is a tough conference. I mean, LSU is down right now, they're middle of the pack right now, but Alabama really, the SEC is supposed to be a tough conference, but Alabama really doesn't play that much of a hard schedule outside of the rivalry game with LSU and Auburn.
That's what that's the point I was trying to make. Why? Because normally, other than that, they steamrolling everybody. I don't even have to. Yep. With Alabama playing, I just turn on the game 52-7. Yep. I mean, so
yep. All I gotta say is Tua is the Christian Laettner of football.
Wow.
End quote.
Mike, what you say, sir? Do you think Nick Saban was making him look good?
Definitely. What? I'm like I said, I'm taking Jalen Hurts, bro. I don't care, bro. I'm taking Jalen Hurts over Tua all day, every day. Don't get me wrong.
Here's my problem with Jalen. Sometimes he seems to not have his head in the game.
And that's why I was gonna say I'm not gonna cap with you in that national championship game. I think the switch was smart. I think the switch was smart for that game. But for that very reason that you said.
That was the perfect adjustment. Because really,
I'm still taking
if
her.
You want to say that? Kirby Smart learned a valuable lesson in that game. You do not take your foot off the gas when you play Nick Saban. If you get that man down 2 touchdowns, you better push it to 3-4 touchdowns. You see what he did this past time they played each other in the championship game. You saw he was like, no, we're going to have to score like 38, 35, 40 points to beat them. I'm not going to make the same mistake I made. Right. So, me personally, I just like the kid. I want him to do well. But my head is in, my heart is like, no, he got it. He can do it. But yeah, my head is like, nah, this kid.
Can we still call Fitzmagic to come back? This would be a perfect opportunity for him.
You know what Fitz said? It was just at the moment that chose his mom over me. I took it personal. And we're going to move on to the next segment. All right. So our next topic panel is going to be between the Bills, Rams, Bucks, Chiefs, and Chargers. Where do you have those 5 teams? 5-1. Where do you rank those teams and why? Let's start with David.
Give me those teams again.
Bills, Rams, Bucks, Chiefs, Chargers.
That's how the NFL got the power rankings ranked right now. That's the top 5 to round it out.
Okay. I got to see how Mikey finna take this one. I got Bills 1. I'm only saying that because I wonder if he, you know how it be reports that when you got LeBron number 2, you pretty much saying you a victim pretty much. So I just want to make sure if it's okay if I had a Rams number 2 without being criticized, because it's like I'm putting an indictment like they horrible. So I just wanted to make sure. So I had the Bills 1. I'll take the Rams at number 2. I got the Buccaneers. I got the Chiefs, and then I got the Chargers. I'm sorry, that Chargers game, they lost against the Raiders. I got to see more before I put them above.
Not the same team.
Before I put the Chargers above any of them teams, I gotta see more.
That's fair.
Okay. Mike, what do you say, sir?
Yeah, I kind of like it. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with where it sits right now. Who's at number 4? I forget real quick.
Chiefs.
Yeah. I like them there. I like them there. Even with the Tyreek Hill move, I like them there. I'm not gonna lie. The Bucks, I didn't like them there, but they getting everybody back all of a sudden. You got Brady back. They re-signed Chris Godwin. They still got Mike Evans and Leonard Fournette. I believe is he either re-signed there. Or he expected to go back there, something like that.
He re-signed.
Yeah, he did resign. Okay, cool. So they got Fournette back, and he was a big part of what they was doing over there. So I'm not, and they was in the playoffs, and it came down to the wire for them to lose. So I'm not mad at them at number 3, honestly. I think I'm gonna switch the Chargers down to like 6 or 7 though, and I'm gonna put the Raiders up at 5 because of the Devontae Adams move. And it ain't really just because of the Devontae Adams move, but it's because him and Carr already got that chemistry. And the Raiders have been showing signs the last like 4 years. They've been showing signs. So now I think they got a real shot to put it together. And then they still got that other receiver, Renfro. They still got him. So they got him and Adams and Carr. Carr ain't no scrub. So
Darren Waller.
So I like what they putting together. And then they re-signed Crosby on the defensive end. So I like them at 5 right now. I really do. And they beat the Raiders. I mean, they beat the Chargers in that last game. So that's one of my biggest factors in dropping them down. And it's not even a talent thing. I think I understand it might be the coach, because the coach was a big factor in why they lost that game. So it might be the coach, but the talent is there for sure. They added Khalil Mack, and Justin Herbert is a stud. So, but I would put them at like 6 or 7.
Okay. Marcus, what's your take? And then I'll go.
All right. Man, I wish Ruggs never got into that accident. That would have been, my gosh, that would have been nasty with the Raiders. But I got to go Bills first, Bucks second. And reason I say the Bucks, because even though the Rams beat them, don't forget Tom Brady made the comeback, tied the game. You know, that game could have went another way. And then we'd still be talking about, dude, Rams made all those moves and didn't do anything, but they pulled it out. So I got Rams third. I want to say the Chargers so bad, but y'all just made me realize how many times the Chargers let us down. Every year.
Exactly.
Every year. No matter who they had, they always let you down.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta see. So with that nice little moves that they did make, they always make nice moves. We gonna see. So we gonna put them on pause. So I gotta go with the still gotta go with the Bengals.
I was about to say
Bengals and then the Chiefs, because the Bengals beat the Chiefs twice when it mattered.
Facts. That's an excellent point.
They no slouches.
No. They got my favorite quarterback in the world.
Right, just got to protect them. That's Joe Mafia. You got to protect them.
I actually think I'd probably take the Bengals 6 and drop the Chargers down to 7. Like I said, Chargers 6 and 7. So, yeah, I probably had the Bengals 6. But that's only because they had a great run last year. I just don't see that. I see them just taking a slight step back. Not a big step, just a slight step back.
Who, the Bengals?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, they run was so great last year. Usually when teams have a run like that, they usually followed by like some type of step back. I still think they might make the playoffs and stuff, and I think they have a good year. I just think they might have a slight step back.
I just see some Jerry Rice Montana stuff going on with them right now. I think it's something.
Chase.
Yeah, I think something special was coming about with them. I think we're gonna be talking about them as who's the best quarterback wide receiver tandem in the next 15 years.
Maybe Jamar Chase third year. People be having that sophomore slump.
Yeah. Hopefully they don't. So we're gonna put that on pause too then.
All right. Okay. Yeah. That's an excellent, like I said, that's an excellent take you just gave. So this is my 5. And I'm gonna start bottom to top. Number 5, and I'm gonna do this just to take somebody on this panel off. 5, I got the Lambs. 4, no, let me stop playing. 5, I got the Lambs. 4, I got the Bengals. 3, surprisingly, I'm gonna go with the Raiders. 2, I got the Buccaneers, but it's rumored that Tom is trying to get a certain wide receiver that the Tennessee Titans just cut.
Julio.
If they get Julio Jones,
make Julio great again.
You might as well go on and give him Lombardi number 8.
It ain't gonna matter. Julio gonna get hurt again.
Hey, get off my boy Julio. Get off my boy Julio.
That man gonna have 80 fantasy points with no touchdown.
Hey, I don't know, man. Ever since when he first came into the league, man, he was arguably the best receiver in the league, man. I mean, he was down in Atlanta beasting. And number 1, I gotta give it to the Bills, man. Them sounded like I told you the previous show, Marcus. Them getting Von Miller, nobody saw that coming. Everybody thought Von Miller was either gonna stay in LA or go back to Denver. And for Buffalo to swoop in like that, like a thief in the night, and get Von Miller, yeah, that was huge. Buffalo is gonna be nasty this year.
If I had a table, I'd jump through it right now. Just saying. Shouts out to the Buffalo fans.
Yeah, that was crazy. Bills Mafia.
Yeah, Bills Mafia should be. I know Bills Mafia is like, just hurry up and get here in September.
I think the baby rate just went up when that happened. A lot of babies been made when that move happened.
Nah, Bills win the Super Bowl this year. First baby born in Buffalo, New York for 2023. Their name, whether it's a boy or a girl, their name is going to be Vaughn.
or Josh Allen. They love him. Bills Mafia go crazy over that guy.
Man, but I will say this. If there's one question mark about the Bills defense, is Tre'Davious White going to be the same? Because, he blew his knee out of that Thanksgiving game against the Saints, I think. He blew his knee out. That's my only question about Buffalo. Everything else, they got it. That's my only... I'm sorry. Go ahead, David.
They need a run game.
They got a run game.
No, they don't.
Mike Singletary. Yeah. Yeah, I can see
Devin Singletary.
Devin Singletary. You're thinking about the Bears.
Yeah, no, you're right. Excuse me. Y'all right. Excuse me.
I had both of them running back to fantasy football.
No, you're right. Well, you're right.
They do not have a running game. Their running game is the quarterback.
Yep.
But like I said, they're the only team that proved that they don't need running backs to win.
That's true. But they lost Emmanuel Sanders, and that was a huge blow.
They still got Beasley.
Yeah, they still got Cole Beasley.
They plan on releasing Beasley though.
They not gonna do that. That's his man. If it ain't Diggs,
it's already been reports they considering cutting them.
You got reports all day. Josh Allen ain't gonna let that happen. That's his man. If he ain't throwing the Diggs, he throwing the Beasley. Stop it. Or Davis. He ain't letting Davis or Beasley go. Ain't no way, boy.
Actually, hold on real quick. Cole Beasley has already been released.
Yeah, I was about to say they released Cole Beasley. I was just going to say that.
I think I know what they doing.
Pissing me off.
They allowed them to seek a trade, and they couldn't find a trade
partner, so they released them.
Yeah.
No, you know who they trying to get? If they gonna release Cole Beasley or told him to seek a trade, you know who I think they trying to get? And I pray to God this don't happen. They trying to go get that freaking Seattle.
DK.
If they get DK,
Seattle not letting him go.
And put him, I don't think it's gonna happen. But if by chance it does, and they put him with Josh Allen, that's gonna be nasty.
Seattle said their goal is to retain DK at all costs.
Yeah. Oh, come on now, Pete Carroll. But see, here's my question, and I think I asked this question before. Does DK?
They're going after Jamison Crowder, really? Yeah, I guess.
Does DK want to stay? I mean, come on now. Russell gone. Bobby Wagner gone. Who else they cut? Didn't they cut Tyler Lockett?
No.
No.
They didn't cut Lockett. Okay.
I mean, they go get Kaepernick. I'm just throwing it out there. Just no. Make football great again. Go ahead, get Kaepernick.
They keep playing with that man's emotions.
Yeah, I mean, I seriously doubt. Like I said, I hope it don't happen. And it's good. Seattle keep him, so he can leave in free agency and come to Chicago next year.
Well, you be wishing on them stars, don't you?
I be wishing upon the star. I ain't gonna lie. I be wishing upon the star. Nah, that's cap though. Hey, but he did say he loves Chicago. Now whether he come here, I seriously doubt it. But we're gonna move on to the next segment.
You got any more draft picks?
All right. So now, in other NFL news, Matt Ryan was traded to the Indianapolis Colts. With that trade, where do the Colts stand in the AFC? So, panel, do you see this trade like the Tyreek Hill trade where it doesn't make them no worse or no better? Or do you think there is a puncher's chance that this trade will put the Indianapolis Colts into the same conversation as the AFC powerhouses? Let's start with Mr. Marcus Allen.
Wow. All they did was just get rid of Wentz to get another Wentz.
I was just going to say that. Thanks.
Like, what are you doing?
Oh, that man, Carson Wentz. That's messed up.
They should have just went ahead and put a bid in from my boy Baker Apple turnover Mayfield.
Apple turnover
for old Wentz.
Dude, I mean, I don't see anything that changed with the Indianapolis. They the same team. I'm just gonna put it like they the same team. That's all it is. What Matt Ryan's gonna throw an extra touchdown with an extra interception? I mean, stop it. They the same team. They're not making it to the playoffs again. That's it.
And an extra yard.
An extra yard, exactly. And once again,
not an extra yard, an extra half yard.
And you know what's gonna happen when the game's down to the wire, when it's time to make that wild card slot, they gonna stop running the ball. They're not gonna give it to Taylor. But same thing. And then they go blame it on Matt Ryan, and then they go get somebody else that was just like Wentz. And oh God, my blood boils when I think about Indianapolis because they could be great. They could be great, but they just refuse. It's like something with the Indiana, Chicago-ish. I don't know what goes on up there. It don't click. Like
the mall's open, but nobody's shopping.
Right. It's like, how do you look and say, man, I know what can make us better. Let's get Matt Ryan. Ain't nobody in the world thinking, hey, we just got rid of Wentz. Why are we going to get Matt Ryan? For what? To do the same thing? Go to somebody else. I can't take this no more.
All right, so Matt Ryan.
See, it leaves you speechless, don't it? It leaves you speechless.
They got rid of young Wentz for old Wentz. I don't get it.
What more is there that I can say that Marcus and Mike has not said? Like
Matt Ryan got them to a Super Bowl. Got the Falcons to a Super Bowl.
So the Carson
blew
Wentz,
a 28-3 lead,
and he won.
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles got my Eagles to the. Don't
That's
you get credit for
Carson Wentz was on that team, so it count for him too.
And John Sally was on the Bulls. So yeah.
All right, so man. We gonna move on to David. David, what's your take on this, sir?
Matt Ryan to the Colts. I like it for him in this aspect that he got a shot to compete still, because offensively, their line is good. They got a stud in the backfield. But they are, I would say, they're lacking a number one receiver. Because, I mean, they still got T.Y. Hilton. He's a solid player, but he's a shell of himself. He's not what he once was. So
Pittman's nice.
Yeah, Pittman's nice. So they got a chance to make some noise. But I do see it as an upgrade over Carson Wentz too, honestly, in my opinion. Because Matt Ryan won't lose the game for you normally. He's not one of the quarterbacks that makes that dumb interception throw that costs your team the game. Normally, you don't include that with Matt Ryan. So he can, of course,
he don't throw it out his own end zone. Exactly. Facts. Of course, he's aging, and he don't. Of course, since that Super Bowl season, his numbers haven't looked the same, but they're still solid. And so I'll take it over Carson Wentz. So
God forbid you're up 28-3.
I like last year.
But we all know what happened there. We don't want to get on the guy who was calling the plays of that game. And only thing I can knock Matt Ryan for is not having the mitigated gall to call an audible and say, I'm Matt Ryan. I'm the MVP of this league of this season. We up 28-3. We don't need to be throwing. Come on, Matt Ryan.
I approve that message.
Come on, Matt Ryan. All you had to do was, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this. All you had to do. So, yeah. I mean, I like it for that aspect, but does it make them, put them over anybody? No. But they still got a chance to compete because they just didn't go get anybody. So that's my take.
All right. Mike, you pretty much said it. Why would you go get old Carson Wentz to replace a young Carson Wentz? But what's your take on this, sir? Do you think them getting Matt Ryan puts them in the conversation with the Bills and the Rams and all those teams we just mentioned? Absolutely not.
No. I want to say yeah, like old Matt Ryan, like yeah, like they gonna be nice. I ain't gonna lie, but like right now, I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I like Pittman. He got somebody to throw to. He got Jonathan Taylor that's gonna take a lot of pressure off him. So he got tools to be great. I give him that. He got tools to be great. And to David's point, he not gonna make them late errors, and them critical errors like Carson Wentz. So I think that will be big for Indianapolis because that's what cost them a couple of them games, and that's what cost them their playoff spots. So I guess in terms of that, I think it'll be a better season. But I mean, if you Indianapolis, what's your goal here? Which is what I'm wondering. I mean, if you just want a better season, just to have a better season, then I guess, but you're not no real playoff contender. So what's the point? I mean, you're not really trying to rebuild either by putting him, up there. You trying to compete. So I just don't. What's the end game here? If you Indianapolis, which is where I stand with it. Because right now they might make the playoffs, they might not, but almost a first round exit is probably almost guaranteed. So
I think they were better off keeping Wentz because Wentz had a decent year with them.
He did. I thought he had a great year with Indianapolis.
Yeah, they just stopped running the ball. They stopped giving the ball to Taylor. That's what happened, and then you put all the blame on Wentz and you get rid of him. It don't make sense.
Nah, it don't. It don't. But one thing we know about Carson Wentz, he has a problem with staying healthy.
Yeah. He needs some more Flintstone vitamins.
Mm-hmm. And another thing, and I don't know what it is with Indianapolis, but it seems like I don't know, but I know one thing that really hurt that franchise was Andrew Luck retiring.
Yes.
Definitely.
And that's it just, and it's always been like that with Indianapolis. It just seems like they'll have the quarterback, but they can never stay healthy.
The offensive line was
terrible. Right. Because when Andrew Luck was there, I believe they were right there with the Bears as far as like offensive line just being terrible.
No, it was bad. Andrew Luck was out there getting UFC tackled and leading the league in sacks year by year. Like that man led the league in sacks multiple times. Like getting out there getting beat up, times hit, all of that.
Right. Well, I don't. In closing, I don't think this move puts them. I don't even think this move puts them as the fourth best team in the AFC. I think they're going to finish dead last. I hate to say it, but I think the Jaguars are going to have a better record than them. Okay, so we're going to close out with final thoughts. Let's start with David. David, any final thoughts?
I don't have much to say because I think everything was pretty much well covered, but I will say, man, AFC West, man, whoever come out that division might be the Super Bowl Bowl candidate representing the AFC. All I gotta say, because it's gonna be a shootout.
Yeah, I think the AFC representative is definitely coming out of that division. Mike, any final thoughts?
I just want to say, I honestly, I'm just interested to see how the rest of this offseason is going to play out, and I'm excited for these NBA playoffs. I'm excited for the playoffs for sure. So I'm ready for the playoffs to get underway.
All right, Marcus, any final thoughts?
Brooklyn and the Suns in the finals, and I'm gonna go see what's going on. What else is going on in this All Madden off season?
Okay. All right, my final thoughts. My final thoughts are that I'm not too interested about the NBA playoffs because I pretty much know who is going to be. It's only a handful of teams. But one thing I take that back. One thing I am interested to see, I'm interested to see Ja and Chef Curry go at it in the 7-game series. Because that's going to be entertaining. That's going to be must-see TV while Marcus over here scoffing. Steph gonna give it to him, but Ja gonna give it to him right back.
They about to expose that man for what he is. He is who we thought he was.
You just won't stop capping. Just won't stop capping. All right. And I'm also, like you said, Marcus, I'm also interested to see. I'm waiting on the NFL draft. Because I think some moves are gonna be made.
There's some pretty good draft picks coming out this year.
Yeah, that wide receiver class is deep.
Yeah, like that quarterback heavy, but the receivers for sure.
Wait, say that again, David.
Not too much quarterback heavy, but receivers for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, receivers.
Yeah. You got George Pickens. You got Chris Olave. I know a lot of Bears fans want the Bears to get George Pickens. If I had to, I mean, that wouldn't be a bad pick, but I think he's going to be gone. Him and Olave, I think they're going to be gone way before pick 39, but we'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show for the evening. I want to thank my panel. You guys did an awesome job. If you can give us a like on YouTube and hit that subscribe button, that'd be greatly appreciated. We also would appreciate a follow on Twitter at Can I Get Some Sports With That? I am your host, D-Boy, and I wish you guys a lovely, lovely evening. We will see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.